Okay, there we are. All right, so 6:02. Start with the ready to begin.
Yeah. Very good. And Richard stands, one nation, God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Okay, so next on the agenda, we need the roll call. I'm here. Bob Ham,
Here.
Christina Fonseca,
Here.
Andrea Miller,
Here.
Dylan Gonzalez. Absent. Adelaide Lentz. And Del Raymond is absent, but I think she's watching. Okay, public comment. We only have one comment slip for later on in the agenda. Board member comments. Anybody? Okay, I have a few. Some can wait till the topics come up. But we need to make two editorial changes to the bylaws. One is to remove the line recommending that the secretary has to bring chips and guacamole to the board meeting. And the other is changing the name of Robert's Rules of Order. We can get that too when we get to the bylaw vote. For the foundation's purposes, these tables and chairs are available for foundation events. Just as a note. We need to make on the online application, we need to make sure for the election, we need to make sure that the position applied for is a checkbox. As there are 5 positions that need to be, the person needs to say which ones they're running for. That one. The elections policy that we're gonna go over will be drafted into a formal policy to put on the website alongside the format of the others. The current board has a deadline, I believe, in April of the Form 700, which is the vested interest stuff. So it'd be good if everybody followed up and got that in. Did you all get a notice?
We got it. I didn't get it.
You didn't get one?
Not yet.
Okay,
I'll get it.
you get one?
What is this one?
It's a form to declare your vested interest with the.
Form 700?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Hey, you're here. Good to hear. Okay, I'm gonna change yours from absent to. All right, thank you. Because we have a couple of financial documents due to the district on March 10th. We need to vote on a date for a special board meeting to set a regular board meeting in order to pass those 2 items. So tonight we need to pick a date for the special board meeting. And then at that meeting, we'll set the regular board meeting, which requires the 72 hours notice of agenda and all the Brown Act that applies, to set another regular board meeting before our March 18th board meeting, at which time the election policy that I hope we will pass tonight says that the nominations will all be there to present their cases for being on the board prior to the election. I can save this for new business. That's all the comments I had. Let's go to student report.
Good evening, everyone. First off, I'd like to say that for the foundation and just anyone who has helped, all the stuff like that is outside, like the tree, it's been amazing. Everybody loves it. For the younger kids, I've been getting told that the bathrooms upstairs aren't the cleanest and they don't smell the best either. And that's it from the younger grades. From middle school, I've been getting a lot of questions about upgrading Chromebooks and about just getting them repaired because a lot of them are faulty or just not working very well. And I know that we have an IT person, but sometimes the Chromebooks that we have just aren't able to get fixed. Another thing is about the school lunches. I believe that our school lunches are provided by the state of California, correct me if I'm wrong, but Sydney Unified, okay. And I'm not sure if we are able to get other types of food, but I was some grade asked me to bring that up. I've also been getting a lot of complaints about the water dispensers, how a lot of the times, like right now, they're currently, the light is red and the filter needs to be changed, I believe, and that's been happening kind of frequently. And a lot of kids aren't able to drink water out of fountains or refill their water.
This is on this floor now, right?
Currently, yeah. That's it for me.
Cool.
Anything to report? No, no, okay. Parent Foundation. Anybody here? Yeah.
Hey, good evening. Jen did submit an agenda, a running agenda of the items and the projects that we do have currently going on, so I'll just review that if you don't mind. So we did have the holiday pizza giving day. It was a great success. We gave out 26 cheese pizzas to the entire school, one at a time. All the kids came up, and we did have a couple of little ones that got 2 slices, so they felt very special on that day. There was a surplus in our Scholastic Dollars budget, so they went ahead and we ordered some books and furniture that the teachers requested on their wish lists, and those have been slowly but surely coming in and being delivered to the teachers. School swag and logos, we submitted several different logos out to the parents and the foundation to vote on. On the document, if you picked it up over here, there's 2 logos that the foundation is going to be using for our swag merchandise. It's not in replacement of the school's logo whatsoever. This is just kind of merchandise that we're going to be selling to parents and students to raise money as a fundraising aspect for the foundation. So we also voted to transfer $35,000 in a general donation to the school, which was approved and it was already transferred over. Our treasurer for the foundation has formally been handed off from Mrs. Marie Davis to Mrs. Maria Reddick. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. And that has gone into effect. And currently, if you need anything from our treasury department, please contact Maria. So we have a couple of different projects that we are still working on. We would like to redo the teacher patio. We are going to be soliciting and sending polls to the teachers to see if there's any items that they prefer out there or things that would make their rest and relaxation time between periods more comfortable up there. We are working on the coach's corner. Slowly but surely, we're reaching out to coach and asking him what kind of equipment would help him make his life easier. We've purchased a couple of different items. I'm even going after this meeting tonight to pick up another item for him. We're replacing some equipment that is faulty. We are repairing things, and we're also supplying things that just will try to make his life easier for organization and expedite his in and out traffic with kiddos. We are really trying to go ahead and create a little library somewhere on the campus or a reading corner. We would really like to get that going. We just need a location. And then we already have books coming in because we're going to be celebrating Read Across America Week, March 2nd through the 6th. School-wide activities for that week, we're going to be including book swap. If a student brings in a book, we're going to give them an age-appropriate book that's like hopefully a new title, but a gently used and loved book. We reached out to a couple of different local organizations, so we've got some great donations. And then we have parents bringing in books as well. We are going to be having community members. I'm not sure yet if they're going to be military or fire and police come in and do readings with our students on Friday morning. So with the teacher's approval, we have coordinated the first half an hour to read a book to the students all at the same time school-wide. we're gonna have a school-wide reading competition, so that's gonna be kind of fun. We're gonna entice the students to become tomorrow's leaders by proving that they're reading at home for a certain amount of time, signed off by a parent. There's gonna be a student and then a class reward for that. We are also trying to look for a little nook to store all of our gear because we're amassing quite a bit of items now that we're trying to enhance all of our activities. So we're trying to see if there's an area on the campus that we can create a little nook for our storage. We recently purchased, or I recently purchased via Facebook Marketplace, some choir visors that we're going to be using for our graduation and our musical ceremonies. So they're very easily transportable. We can take them over to the church. We can take them over to whatever location we choose to. It's a 3-platform riser, so we can see all of the children's beautiful faces when we have presentations and musical concerts, which is going to be great. We are in the weeds right now here, but doing great planning for our Alice in Wonderland dance, which is this Friday. We've had great success so far with the ticket sales. I think we have at least 40 plus tickets that are sold. And we are going to be having some local vendors coming in, and we've got music and entertainment and activities to engage all of the students that's going to be going on out here. 4th grade teacher appreciation lunch was another wonderful success. Our 4th grade teachers, or all of our teachers, I think really enjoyed it. We did a little ramen bar for them. And then yes, the kindness tree, we believe it was a good success. We had almost 400 responses. This was a no cost to the foundation, no cost to the parents, family, OTA community at large. It was just trying to express some kindness, gratitude, warmth and great feelings towards anybody that you would like to. The staff could send it to each other, parents sent it to the children. We even encourage grandparents and relatives from near and far, just send them the link. They got a message. We printed 2 copies of each message. One is a leaf on the tree, and one the student actually got and received so they could open it, as well as all the staff. They each had a big fat stack going back up to their classes. So, I mean, that was absolutely nothing, and I think it's definitely brought a little bit of life to our hallway back there. So we're gonna keep it up, and we're gonna see what we can do next. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Just FYI, we have a little book area that we could build off of. It's in the mindfulness room.
Definitely. Well, you can tell us where, and we're collecting goodies to make it happen. I got some bookcases today and some different crates, and we're gonna create a movable platform to put the books on for the Read Across America week. So we can roll it in and roll it out from the curb and have kids just come up to it and pick it by grade. We're gonna have it in sections. So I'm gonna be building that this weekend. It's gonna be great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think there is a bunch of books up there as well. One of my classes did a PDL project for a library area up there, so.
I hope to add to it. I just
Yeah.
ordered 200 more titles tonight from the book bundler. They send you like 50 or 100 books at a time, just between an age range. So I ordered, yeah, I think I ordered like 200 books.
Awesome.
So that's coming in time. But everything that's left over is gonna go up there or wherever our reading nook is.
How many can you handle?
Handle of what?
Books.
I can handle as many as you'd like. I will get bookcases for it. Not a problem.
Okay,
I did reach out. You recommended an organization to me? Was that you?
yeah,
Yes. They delivered. They gave me 2 boxes of books. It
Oh,
was a very
sweet.
nice gentleman. It was her father. that
Yeah.
Came and delivered the books. And
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
very gracious.
oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Oh, I have
Thanks for the tip.
I have a friend that's was the US Children's Poet Laureate. He writes children's books and performs them around the world. I'm gonna hit him up and see if we can't get some of those.
Absolutely. Through the United States Marine Corps, we reached out to an author to see if maybe she'd do a book reading in the classroom. She just wrote a new children's novel. So we're seeing if maybe she
Oh,
could come
sweet.
in and read to one of our classes. It's not gonna happen during Read Across America, but maybe another opportunity just to have a couple classrooms come into one room for an actual reading by the author.
Well, if I can get him down here, we'll
I'd love to,
I'll get him to do a reading.
love to.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So Janina, are you with us?
Hi, Mark, and good evening, everyone. All right, so this evening I am going to be presenting the December financial board report. Can everyone see my screen okay?
Yes, looks great.
Awesome. Okay. So this evening, I am presenting this report. It's going to look a little different than what you all are used to seeing. Mark had sent me over a draft of what he anticipated for future board meetings to look like. And so what you'll see is that my presentation has been condensed to one slide. So all the other slides will still be present, but it will be upon the board to just ensure that they are reviewing those slides. And if they do have any questions, to please let me know during the board meeting. And then the supplemental documents that I usually show, those I will not be presenting, but the board, you will be approving them later this evening. So just making sure that you are reviewing those documents because they will be up for approval. So without further ado, we can go ahead and jump on in here. So the OTA financial position, this report, as I mentioned, is as of December 31st, 2025, and it's based on our last board approved budget at first interim. So what you'll see here to the right is our funding schedule. Our funding schedule of LCFF funds is the majority and bulk of funding that the school receives. And so this funding is based on your ADA, which is your average daily attendance. So from July to the end of February, you are being funded off of your P2, which is your prior year ADA. What happens then after February is you have your P1 apportionment. That takes into account the ADA from July to February. And then we have our P2 apportionment, which happens at the end of April, and that will start to be your payment starting in July of the following year. So our cash balance from all sources at the end of December is $332,310. Our budget is currently based on 201 students enrolled with 191 ADA. So that's approximately $11,552 per ADA. So that assumes that we have no increase in enrollment. However, we did have our P1 numbers come in, and our P1 numbers came in at 180 ADA. So this is going to have a negative impact on our revenue of $143,200. So the school will start to experience negative cash shortfalls from April till June. And school leadership is aware and actively working on a mitigation strategy to address the cash flow impact. Because as you can see, after P1 apportionment, you start getting funded off of your new apportionment from March to June. All right, so now we have the year-to-date revenues, which is $1,488,783. We are 46% of the total year's budget, and we are 4.2 under our current budget. And this is mainly due to LCFF, the National School Lunch Program, lottery, SPED, and other state revenues coming in slower than budgeted. The $1 million of budgeted revenue based around restricted funds we have as well, and we're tracking monthly. So the restricted funds must match the designated expenses, or they cannot be included in revenue. Sorry, guys, I'm having some technical difficulties.
That's what computers do.
Sorry, guys.
The screen with glasses. It's like so bright.
So while she's doing that, I've come to, Janina has coached me, very thoroughly. And I think I understand the budget flow. The P1 and P2 numbers she's talking about are predictions. They're estimates. So what happens at the end of the year is that all gets corrected according to whether it was too much or too little money. Did we lose her all together?
Oh, she was up there a second ago, but she's not.
Yeah, I think she's rejoining. The other note, regarding the ADA is we believe there'll be a correction of about 4 by the time we get to the final resolution. It'll go up to 184. Or something must have really blown out. Now what? So this doesn't show,
Cheers, Rebecca.
yeah, but this doesn't show the additional deficit and the cash flow. Maybe she's switching versions.
I think that's because that stuff this is working off the budget before,
Right, that's right.
so it wouldn't have that in there.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're gonna end up with a bigger deficit than is as predicted anyway. But we don't really know the UI, was he back?
Something changed.
Yeah, there she is.
All right. So sorry, everyone. I had to just restart my computer because I'm not really sure what happened, but it kind of froze up on me. So
You're working it too hard, that's what it is, the rest of the day.
I think so. I think that might be why. All right. Here we are. So let's fast forward to where we are. Okay, so I think we left off, I had just wrapped up on the revenues. Now we're looking at the expenses. So the year-to-date expenses is $1,571,447. So that's currently 0.7% under our current budget. And this is mainly due to certificated and classified salaries and materials and supplies. So at first interim, we were projecting a deficit of 27,741. At this time, with the P1 coming in lower, we're currently projecting a deficit of 150,000. So as you can see, this report is a little bit outdated based on some new information that we have at this time. So the fiscal year of 2025, we're looking at that time of an ending fund balance of 438,000. And then going into next year, 26-27, our cash reserve, we were anticipating that would be drained by September, October of 2026. But with this new information, as I mentioned previously, we are anticipating that shortfall to fall in April. And we are anticipating a projected deficit for next year of $411,000. So I just wanted to pause and ask if the board does have any questions on the information that I've presented this evening.
Anybody? No, I don't look like it, Janina. Thank you.
Well, that is everything that I have then for everyone this evening. So thank you so much for your time.
I wanted to let you know that we, thank you for sending that March 10 date. what we're gonna have to do is tonight, we're gonna vote on a special meeting date. And at the special meeting, we're gonna set a regular meeting date and approve those documents at that meeting.
Okay, sounds great. Just let me know what date you guys finalize and I'll be sure to be there.
That sounds great.
All
That
right.
sounds good. Thank
Thanks.
you.
And bye-bye.
And for everybody, that's because of the Brown Act that governs public disclosure, and we have to have everything out in the free world.
Have a special meeting, so.
Well, we have to do the special meeting, and at the special meeting, because we can't approve the documents that go to the district in a special meeting. It has to be a regular, which in a regular board, I didn't realize this, a regular board meeting is any board meeting where there's 72-hour notice of posting of the agenda, and that's the agenda that's worked at that meeting.
Got it.
Okay. Ms. Miller.
Hi, everybody. Thank you all for coming. After a fantastic President's Week, the teachers enjoyed 3 days off and 2 days of productive professional development. We are officially in the final stretch of quarter 3. 3 weeks from this Thursday is our Q3 exhibition day. Tomorrow, our first graders will be visiting the safari park to support their animal habitat PBL projects. Meanwhile, third grade is exploring Vikings and eighth grade is busy creating ideal cities and researching the hallmarks of a good citizenship. There are so many more incredible projects this quarter, so please make sure to attend Thursday, March 19th from 2 to 3 p.m. All of the community of OTA is invited. I know a lot of you guys do come every time, and it's always a great time. This Friday is our middle school dance. The theme is Alice in Wonderland, and the students are really excited about it. They've been talking nonstop. A huge shout out to the foundation and our parent volunteers for their hard work. Well, the dance is obviously going to be a blast. Teachers also wanted to comment about the beautiful new decor around the school. I know Adelaide and Dylan commented that as well. The kindness tree and the stairwell. I don't know if you guys took a look at it when you're walking up, but every time I see it, it just kind of makes me really excited. The new decor in the office, even the rotating community bulletin boards that have been changing the themes, also just make a really nice positive light to our school. So a lot of us commented on just the atmosphere looking fresher and brighter. Also wanted to know that the Teachers Lounge has been continuously stocked with coffee and treats, and it's just been a really positive for our school year. New business, I analyzed the 2026-2027 school calendars and summarized the differences. When we pulled the OTA staff, they thought the calendar B option was, it had the most first place votes. That's the calendar with the August 17th start date. And it's 1 week after San Diego Unified start date. As a whole, the staff didn't prefer option A, well, not the full staff, but majority of the staff preferred not doing option A, which is the San Diego Unified aligned one. Teachers would have to be back on August 3rd, which would create a shorter summer, and then students would come back on the 10th on that date. B offered a fair middle ground between A and C, although it does have not perfectly ideal quarter divisions. I think it goes 8, 9, 8, 9, 11, I think.
Is the shorter summer due to the fact that the current calendar ends later?
Yes. With
Okay,
the August 3rd start date for, so it'd be a.
so it's compressed if you go to
Yeah.
A.
B started 1 week later, C started 2 weeks later.
What's the reason for doing A? If you're arguing that side.
Well, I can show you all the pros that I found for A. Sorry. Calendar A with the August 10th start date for students. Quarter 2 ends at the start of winter break. It's aligned with San Diego Unified, which appeals to the working families. Also, if they have other siblings in San Diego Unified. Quarters are also equal in length. Option B, that was the one that has 1 week later. That one also has the Q2 ending at the start of winter break, which the teachers obviously like, you don't have to break up the quarter within 2 weeks. But that option had quarters that were 9, 8, 9, 11. Week quarter would be the fourth quarter. And then option C does not end Q2 at the end of winter, at the start of winter break. Those ones have like equal in quarters, obviously a longer summer for option C. But with that one, we didn't like the break of the quarter two. We like having quarter two end at the start of winter break, so then we start after winter break, then Q3 starts.
And what count, the one that we're on now, does that match one of these?
It mostly aligned with
It
the
would be close to
outside.
steady.
Be so the same as, the only difference
I
is,
think we started on the 18th this year, and I think this one starts on the 7th.
Yeah.
So I think it's close.
so I guess we're not on the same unifieds calendar.
Or
Is this-
week off.
Yeah, so it'd be the same things.
We've continued to be at least 1 week off. For like, years.
Is that right? In terms of capturing enrollment, does starting a week later hurt or help?
So the truth is, we spent some time with this. So when I first got here, they had, the board had voted to start earlier because what they wanted to do was capture the kids so that, you know, they wouldn't go someplace else, they would come here. However, we found that, there's probably a fairly equal amount of people who want to start before and a fairly equal amount of people who want to wait as long as they can with their kids and spend that summertime. So we have also had people who have been like, well, you guys start too early, we're not gonna come to your school. So I mean, I would say we haven't found one that seems to fit, you know,
It really goes,
everybody.
Yeah. yeah,
Option C was the second place option for the teachers. That was like the latest start, the
mhm.
August 24th start. I think a
That's-
lot of OTA families do vacations that first week of August because they know that we usually start later. I don't know. I only pulled the staff.
Well, if it doesn't make any difference, in terms of enrollment, the big advantage of A is that it syncs with Unified and if people have kids that are in high school,
Yeah, I mean, it would be
then
one less
they're
week of childcare than starting later.
right.
An earlier start also helps with like state testing, like you get 1 week more of content for the state testing.
How many families, do we know how many families in the school right now have kids in high school?
I don't know, we can know that data. Yeah, I can't even, honestly, I can't even think we've got kids in high school, with siblings, like one.
One,
I'm sure there's more than that, I just don't know the answer.
okay. Okay, well, that your report? You got more?
I'm sure I have a closing sentence in here. We hope you'll take our preferences into consideration when we discuss the calendar later tonight. Please let me know if you have any questions.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, Melody.
Good evening, everyone. Our numbers have gone up and we are expecting an additional 2 students, starting the week of March 9th for this current school year. So for kindergarten, we have 18. First grade, we have 25. Second grade, we have 20. Third grade, we have 24. Fourth grade, we have 25. Fifth grade, we have 24. Sixth grade, we have 28. Seventh grade, we have 22. And eighth grade, we have 21.
Do we know what grades the new students will be?
Kindergarten.
Should have marked that.
On Monday, they start on Mondays, like I said.
March 9th.
What will that make with them added? What does that make our count? 209? If you can grab that, please. Okay.
Here. There it is.
Oh, thank you. Sweet. Excellent. All right.
Good news.
Are there other applications in the, I know it's late, but are there other people looking at the school?
There are mainly military families. So the family that's starting March 9th, they're coming from New York, and the 2 that started this past week on Monday, this week. They're also another military family.
Okay.
From Virginia.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. Oh, speaking of, oh, sorry, thank you, Melody. Speaking of military families, what's the status of the,
Smart.
Purple Star? Yeah.
I thought we couldn't announce it yet. I don't think we can. I don't
Okay.
think we can talk about it yet.
We
The
applied
next-
for it,
Next
yeah.
board meeting, we should be able to.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
But we officially have 30 military family students enrolled currently. So that's
Okay.
our numbers, and we're gonna be trying to work with them towards different events for the rest of this year and next year.
Yep.
Very awesome, working with them closely.
Cool. Principal report.
Okay, so just a couple things. The first thing is, the mid-year LCAP review. Mr. Watts was going to be here. He's being detained, literally, and cannot, be here. But if anybody has any questions on the LCAP, anything that came up at last meeting, or since, you've looked at it, if there were any questions, I think I can answer them pretty well, so. But I am asking for a vote for that, as this is something we have to do for the state.
And it's, when you say detained, he's not, in timeout, right? He's travel issues, correct?
Correct.
Yes, thank
And
you.
I believe if I'm correct, he should be home today, but.
Oh, good.
I'm not,
I hope
I
so.
haven't heard to factually. say
Yeah, I
that.
haven't heard confirmation, but I did know Patty would like to.
Yeah.
like-
Okay, nice. I guess
Um,
when you use detained and you're talking about the assistant principal is.
no?
Yeah. Like he was out of the country.
I was trying to say it in a nice way that wouldn't like throw everybody into a tizzy, so.
There you go, okay.
He was not here.
Yeah, the school calendar choices, I did put 3 school calendar choices, kind of for you guys to review last month, and then, just updated on some of the things that we talked about. So I'm providing the 3 school calendar choices. I am asking for a vote, for one of them tonight. This does help with our enrollment process, as people like to know what the schedule looks like.
Mhm.
I am personally recommending option A, because of the flow of the school year, which is what she really kind of highlighted. However, as it says in my, note, please know that this is my personal recommendation, and that the staff may have a different recommendation as they do. Mark and I exchanged some text messages earlier. From my perspective, if you're trying to side with one, I do feel like it should be the teachers, as they are the ground floor, in what a school year looks like. But for flow, I think she said it, A does flow better, for it's a squared off more 9-9-9-9, calendar. Then open enrollment, January 26th, TA open enrollment for the 26-27 school year. Open enrollment will remain open until March 20th. Returning students will have open enrollment from January 26th through March 6th. This is a change, so we have extended it. The lottery will be conducted in the morning on March 27th. This is also a change. Often it happens at 5 p.m. What we learned is a lot of people have a lot of phone calls and questions at 5 p.m. on Friday, and there's nobody here to answer them. So instead, we're gonna have the lottery at 8 a.m. So we got a full day of answering those phone calls and making sure that we can answer any questions anybody might have. The charter renewal project, Mr. Ham, Mr. Watts, and myself met and created a plan for a charter renewal. The committee will be made up of 5 individuals. This includes board members, staff members, and a parent. We have set dates for our upcoming meetings and are excited about the prospect of sharing our wonderful school with San Diego Unified. That is what I have on the board report. One additional thing that has come up that I wanted to share with you guys is the district has requested us to create what they're calling a DTF, a district task force. Mark and I have discussed this. We're in the process of doing that. This will be the task force or committee, if you will, that will oversee the building as it's being built, and will have final say in everything, is my understanding from the email I received. So I hope to put that team together, and I've talked to a couple people and gotten where we're going with that. So hopefully next month we can announce that team, and that way everybody knows who to go to discuss those things. Any questions? Thanks, guys.
I do have one question for the two of you. If I fed best school calendar in the chat GPT for the highest enrollment, what would it be?
Of these three,
Yeah,
no clue.
okay.
Well, I'll just say we could just move for 3 back. 1.
Cause it sounds to me like, the only, scale tipper is the teachers at this point.
I think the teachers just don't wanna go back to the 3rd day of August. That's just the main thing about option.
And that's the week before.
The
Opening,
teacher contract includes, if you're a new teacher, it's the 5 days before. If you're a returning teacher, it's the 4 days before school starts.
okay,
And those are pretty important days.
interesting,
We roll out pretty much everything that we're doing and spend a lot of time in community getting ready to, take on.
okay,
I did
Chat
go
GPT.
for option
Chat DT or whatever you call it, says early to mid-August.
Mine says August 10.
A, which is option.
okay,
No comments from the crowd. You
There-
guys
there
know
we
these
go.
rules,
Yeah, you got
right?
it.
There's rules here.
yeah, okay.
Come
So-
on, president, you gotta hold people to
So,
that.
yeah. Can we bring up just wanna go over the most salient points in the new bylaws, so everybody has a chance to talk about them right now, before we take our votes.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Chris, would you like to, I have a speaker slip from Chris Valentino, do you wanna talk now or wait?
I would be happy to answer questions, but I wanted to point out that it is Rosenberg's rules of order that our attorney recommended to us in our last advisory meeting. That is not a typo.
Really?
Rosenberg's rules of order is a condensed version of Robert's rules of order, and it is only 7 pages. And he will do a free class for the board members on how to use Rosenberg's rules of order. And that's what he recommended to us in that last meeting there. I think Bob and I voted on it, and that may have been when Paul came in. I don't know, but it's Rosenberg's rules of order. It's
Okay.
7 pages, and I am more than happy to purchase it for the entire thing. It will be a lot quicker if you memorize 7 and.
Yeah, no kidding,
42.
no kidding. Well, and it probably doesn't say everything is he did this and he did that. Yeah, okay, all right,
So I just wanted to say that, and. the rest
Okay.
of it is on you.
perfect, thank you. So, in the world could see that?
My understanding is yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, so this is the largest changes. Although the vacancy reasons at the bottom have been there for the duration. Yeah, good. But the current bylaws and the new ones stipulate no fewer than 7. And that used to be no fewer than 5 and no more than 11. We can, as a board, anytime bump those numbers up. But what we're gonna do is, in this pass of the bylaws, there's a parent director for K through 2 that represents that grade level 1 for 3 through 5, 1 through 6 through 8. The teacher representative, the principal's representative, and 2 at-large non-parent directors, people from the community that are skilled in law and education and buildings. And San Diego Unified has a reservation to put a person on this board. Should they decide to do that, and it makes an even number, then the board will nominate a new position to make it uneven. Then the non-voting student director moves from 2 to 1. Vacancies will be created by a parent director that leaves their child moves to a different grade, or they leave OTA. The board can vote to remove any director anytime. If there's a failure to attend 3 consecutive board meetings or 5 regular meetings in a fiscal year, that automatically creates a vacancy. And if the person that is the director moves out of the county, which is our area of coverage. And then, of course, if their term ends, or they resign, or they die, or they've been convicted and are in prison, or not even in prison yet, but just convicted. That would be a reason for removal. Let me go to the next one.
So would somebody get voted in, like a kindergarten parent, and then they would stay until their kid was in second grade? And then
Right,
somebody else would get.
right, yeah, so there's always gonna be a representative from that grade level. So if that happened, vacancy opens, if it's around the time of an election, we hold an election. Actually, Chris, you have the speaker slip in. If that were happening mid-year, do we have to hold an election?
The board appoints to fulfill the term until the next.
Until the next election, right,
So
got it,
we would try to appoint somebody in that grade span.
right, correct. And
Presumably upon consultation with the teacher rep and the principal.
yes, I had one other thought on that previous slide, no, it's gone now, okay. Yeah, move on, okay, so, in the new bylaws, there's a chair, a vice chair, a secretary, and treasurer. Each would be replacing the one above them if that person's not available to execute the duties. The officers of the corporation, the Old Town Corporation, president, also known as the executive director, the board secretary, and the board treasurer. Those are the officers of the corporation. Now, what the board positions can do, and we are currently doing to a large extent, is allocate the duties of making sure the records are kept properly and that the financials are up to snuff, are allocated to someone else. In this case, the primary document tracking would fall on Melody most likely. And the board treasurer stuff would fall on what is essentially our CFO, which is the CSMC Corporation. They can't be our CFO because they're a company. So we have to have a position that covers that. Okay, the last one. So elections. Specified in the final elections policy that we have up for vote today, that'll be transformed into a formal policy that'll be published on the website along with all the other policies. We're presuming that there's going to be an election every year, presuming somebody is terming out. Or there's been someone leave and the board filled that spot until that election. There will always be 7 voting members. So when a vacancy opens up, the board will nominate somebody to fill that spot. The parents will be electing 5 of those positions. To qualify to vote, you have to, or to vote in that election, you have to have a child enrolled in Old Town Academy 60 days prior to the election. If you want to run for a position, I'm sorry, I've got that backwards. 60 days for running for election, 30 days to vote. So if you've got a child that just came in, you've been there for 30 days, you have a right to vote. And the default term will be 3 years. This particular election, because all the board members terminate at the same month, what we're going to do is draw lots and through a random process determine which positions terminate so that there's a staggered start date beginning with the next election. There'll be a nomination form online that opens up, and there'll also be paper forms in the office if somebody wants to just stop in and fill one out. And we're also setting dates for the nominations and the elections. Right now, what we have to vote on is what's proposed is the candidates are invited to come to the March 18th regular board meeting and present. And then following that, the election will open up, and I think we're saying having an election between March 23rd and March 31st with the new board seated at the April board meeting. Now that's because we're accelerating things. Normally the new board would be seated in July. And that's what will happen in the next year. Anybody have any questions about any of that?
So when you said that on the nomination slips, they need to mark what they are running for.
Right,
Would somebody say like, I'm the K through 12 rep and I want to be treasurer, or like?
no, not, the board will elect the board positions once the new board is seated. That happens separately.
Okay,
No, this is just for the particular kind of director that you are.
got it.
Chris,
I
yeah,
have one other comment. So one of the changes that is kind of confusing is the notion that the board secretary will also be the corporation secretary. And the reason for that is to allow the board secretary to have authority to work with the administrative assistant or the vendor that is hired to have a system in place and to test that system monthly, make sure that records are being kept. Because we don't need to wait until the month before the San Diego Unified Audit to find out that we've tested our records and we have everything or we don't have something. So the idea is to have board engagement, not in running the day-to-day, but affecting the policy and changing the policy, changing the rules, changing the circumstances. If in fact, the give and take that happens once a month indicates that Melody needs different tools. Melody needs different resources. The school needs different resources to manage the record keeping. Oops, we forgot vaccination forms. The files aren't full. We figure that out in October. We get it done. We don't wait till the audit. So the idea is to have the board person responsible to be engaged. Right? So it doesn't have to be a board meeting function. It's a before the board meeting function. The secretary says, I met with designated folks and IT is being backed up, right? So that's the idea. Same with the treasurer. The treasurer is the CFO, is essentially the treasurer of the corporation. And their job is to work once a month with the CFO, CSMC, or whoever the vendor is, to make sure they understand the reports. And to make sure that when CSMC says something like they said tonight, we have $1 million in restricted funds, it can't be revenue unless it matches up with expenses. A good question for that is, if you're projecting a shortfall, how much of that million is available for services that fit within the restriction, for example, right? That's something that should be part of the presentation that the treasurer should be asking of CSMC before the presentation. That sort of thing. So that's what I wanted to say. I think it's a very thoughtful way to do it. It's unfortunate that we have to do lots to get staggered terms. So it means one person is going to be elected for a one-year term. And they're going to have to rerun if they want to rerun for that term next time, and that's all just by lot. And that way we get back to the 3-year staggered terms. It should never have been the case that your entire board changes over on
the same day.
Right?
Um,
Same day.
Well, some of that has to do
Would
with
it-
not having an election.
I
for
do,
the
I
past
know
2
that.
years, Yeah.
would it be wise to do the lot for the positions before the election? So when people are running for a position, they know what they're signing up for.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good, okay. We do have, okay, then we don't have one,
Are you good with the spark? Can it come down?
yeah, that can come down. We only have, we had 3 fixes for the bylaws before approval. We only need, 2 now. Since we're adopting Rosenberg's, which I'm highly in favor of. On, page 13 in Article 8, Section 8. I don't know what sentence it is, but partway down, it says the secretary shall be required to bring fresh chips and guacamole to each board of directors meeting. We're striking that.
That's literally in our bylaws.
He just wanted to see.
I just want to see you read it.
And the only other fix is,
I just assumed it was gonna like
well, this is a topic, well, the only fix is on the elections policy. The only two comments, there's a hanging, subhead D period that needs to come out.
Okay,
But this will all get translated into a formal policy when we move this to the website. And there's a recommendation from the committee to have a candidate forum on a weeknight, approximately 1 week before the election, which is essentially what we're doing with the board meeting invitation. Just wanted to point that one out. With that,
so you're making a motion to approve the election policy, the bylaws, and the election schedule.
we have two votes that are separate from the consent agenda. The amended and restated bylaws. I'm looking for a motion to accept those with the two edits.
I so move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second. Okay, Bob,
Yes.
Dell is not here. Christine,
Yes.
Andrea?
Yeah.
And two students to vote. So the bylaws pass. Okay, I'm looking for a motion to accept the committee's recommendation on the elections policy.
I so move.
Second.
Another second. Okay, Bob,
Yes.
Christine,
Yes.
Andrea.
Yes.
So that passes. Okay, so we're removing the second interim budget and the second interim budget district template to be approved at a regular meeting to be scheduled through a special meeting prior to the March 10th.
Say it slower. One more time.
So in the consent agenda, we're removing the second interim budget and the second interim budget district template from the consent agenda, because those need to be approved at a regular board meeting. And the items had been left off the initial agenda, so we need to make that change. The only other thing on here that I want to comment about in the consent agenda is the CSMC contract renewal. It went out late today. I've reviewed it, Devin's reviewed it. I think they're doing a phenomenal job. It's a 3-year contract. There's no way you can hire a competent controller at the wages we're paying them. So I think we should leave it in the consent agenda and approve it. And along with the calendar, I guess that has to be pulled out separate to identify which one.
Doesn't have to be pulled out, you just have to identify which one you're placing.
Oh, okay,
And then if somebody
Well,
doesn't
but
agree
we-
with it, they could request it to be
Okay.
pulled out.
all right. Then I would, okay, hopefully this is the right way to do this.
Great, I appreciate it. Now you give me a thumbs up back there.
Okay.
That was a-
So I propose that we use the teacher selected 1 week later start, the B selection,
Option basic.
option B. If someone disagrees, we have to pull it out and vote separately. Any disagreement? Okay, then I'm looking for a motion to pass the consent agenda
As clarified.
as clarified. Okay, Andrea approved. Second, need a second?
Second.
Bob, second, okay. Bob,
Yes.
Christine,
Yes.
Andrea,
Yes.
okay. The consent agenda passes. We're moving on to the vote we need for the special meeting. the sooner the better, basically. So to do the regular board meeting date setting, we need a quorum. And we have to announce a special board meeting 24 hours in advance. Is everybody available on Friday?
What time? This Friday.
Yeah,
The
Can you-
the dance is going on.
Can you do it like it?
Could we do it Monday at noon?
That's gonna be a lot harder.
That's harder?
In school.
Yeah,
So
Friday,
so Friday at noon would work for everybody?
we only need three.
Friday at noon?
we only need three.
I can get somebody to cover my parking lot duty.
Okay,
I'm traveling. So we only need three, so.
okay. So we need Devin, we need to put an agenda out tomorrow.
It's just got one item on it, right?
Yep, just the one item. Okay, so then let's go to the.
I'll get it to you, probably by 10 AM for approval, so we'll get it.
Okay.
for you.
That sounds great. That sounds great. And anybody that has input or wants to have input on when to have the regular, the first of two regular meetings in March, please let Devin know. But it needs to be, hopefully next week. So that, Janina has a chance to respond and get the right documents filed by the 10th. Okay,
Do we have a third person that can be here?
yeah, I'll come down.
Me, you.
Wow.
Bob,
No.
yeah, you're,
I'm working.
yeah,
We only need three.
yeah, okay,
We also can ask Dell.
okay, oh, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
If she's,
So, I mean,
Yeah.
we've got enough for quorum now, but
Yeah.
if she's able to make it.
okay, all right, that sounds good. Okay, so, that's done. Any new business, anybody? I have one item for new business. I'd like to know, if the teachers would be interested in and provide what they want on it. Having a business card they can leave around town. I'm happy to fund that. OTA, I'm a teacher, whatever they, things you drop in prize buckets at home and away and, bullet boards at the gym. Things that will, just casual, easy way to get the word out.
Cool, yeah, I definitely can look that up.
Okay, that'd be great if you could coordinate that with all of them. I would expect, don't have to have phone number, can have phone number, would like to have email address, the OTA email address. And whatever else they wanna put on about, what they're teaching or
Yep.
the grade level,
Sounds
would be
good.
great.
I have just a quick comment. I know it's not appropriate, but Turner might want to show you the one we had from the first year.
Speaking of Mr. Watts, I got a text earlier. He is safely landed back in San Diego.
Yay.
Yay. Fantastic.
And he plans to be at work tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Okay, so, at, 7:05, we're going into closed session.
I did just wanna say,
Yes.
thank you for taking the teachers' opinions.
You guys do count.
Thank you.
You guys do count. Okay, thanks, Melody. And Alexis, thank you for being here. And hi,
Hello, I'm
Hi.
Randy.
Randy, nice to meet you.
Me too.
Thanks for being here.
Oh, I have two little ones,
Oh, excellent. What grade?
kinder and first.
Oh, sweet.
Back to back, yes.
My second involvement with OTA was as the robotics instructor for K-3.
That's my son's favorite class.
Oh, is that right? Oh, that's great.
Loves it.
That's great. Sweet.
Have a good night.
You too.
What's that?
Thanks, guys. Much appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
All right, we're going.
Have fun at the
We're
dam.
going to close right now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You've announced it?
yes.
That's my goal for this month.
Okay. All right, coming out of closed at 7:20. To report, we have one thing, which is we formed an ad hoc committee of the board to review Devin's contract. And that is the two committee members that will be doing that are Bob Hammond and myself.